A large class is a metaphor for the planet. For example, a lot of environmental problems stem from a lot of people doing things that are not that bad. But when you consider the combined effects of their activities, a little bit of pollution emitted by a lot of people can have significant effects. I demonstrate this in class a number of ways. One thing that I like to do is have students, while I'm lecturing, put their books and pens in their backpacks as quietly as they can. And when all students in the class do that, it doesn't matter how quiet they are, nobody can hear what I'm saying. It's a great example of the combined effects of lots of people. You know, a big class not only can demonstrate how lots of people can harm the environment, but it can also demonstrate how a lot of people doing a little can help conserve the environment as well. So one thing that I try to do in this class is something small to conserve resources, because with a class this size, even a little bit of conservation can go a long way. One example of that is by going paperless. I've tried a number of different experiments. Last year I went almost completely paperless with online quizzes, online exams, online assignments, communication by email. The only thing that I gave in class was the final exam. Other years I've tried different mixes, and I've had mixed success. In my experience, the students who have taken midterms, for example, online, open notes, have tended to do more poorly on an in-class final exam. It suggests to me that, well, surprise, surprise, they don't study quite as hard if they know that they'll have the luxury of notes. I've also tried online quizzes for reading assignments. The idea is that if students read carefully enough to take a quiz, then perhaps they'll be prepared to discuss the reading in class. And I found that the more assignments that I give students ahead of time, the more likely it is that we'll have a fruitful discussion in class. On the negative side, if there's a single problem in your online software, if it affects 10% of the class, well, that's maybe 50 students who email you the day before class with problems. So I think that some of these strategies have to be approached very carefully. But regardless of what strategy we use, I think it's helpful for students to see faculty applying principles in class to the class itself. And I try to point out to the students that even doing a little bit to conserve resources really can have a big effect in the end.